Hi, everyone. This is your host, Elizabeth. Welcome to the Talk with Tom podcast. I have here with me my friend Monica, who has been my friend for many years, and she's been a great support for me. And I can't wait for you guys to listen to our stories and how we met.
Love it. Yes. Thank you. Welcome so much. Thank you for joining us today. And yes, I'm so happy and honored to be here with you, Elizabeth. Yeah, we go way back from 2007
Yes.
when you came into this country and started a job where I was working.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I do speak Spanish. So that helped me be able to speak to her because at the time she didn't know English. And now
That's
you can
true.
see her
Yeah.
English is very fluent. And I'm
Thank
very
you.
impressed. I'm impressed on everything that you've done, Ellie. And by far, all of the experiences I've lived, Ellie has been there and has been a part of my life and been able to guide me. And that's what we want to do here is from our experiences be able to help and guide you into maybe better choices. Maybe we didn't make the right choices at first, but maybe if we can help you, that would be great.
Yeah, 100%. I'm so grateful, honestly. I think in life, um, life sent people to us when we need them the most. When I came to this country and not knowing any English whatsoever, it was so hard to adapt and to interact with people. And the fact that I get to know you, and I was so surprised that you speak English, Spanish, very fluent. I was just so confused. I think in the beginning I was
That's
confused
typical from a lot of people.
because yeah, I was just so random. I guess I was not expecting that, but um, and also something that surprised me the most, it was how humble you were, because when we met, you were an executive, in the same job, and I was in production, right? And you were so humble, so nice, so inspiring, right? And so in touch with peoples, especially immigrants, and
Hmm.
how you knew so much about Mexicans, immigrants, and you were so interested in get to know me
Hmm.
and what was my story, what was my life, um, and not only to get to know me, but also to help me in many ways. And I'm thankful for that. Honestly, I'm very thankful that you have been part of my life um, since I came here to United States.
Love it. I've
Hmm.
always been I consider myself humble because I love people. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you do. I just want to know you. I want to know your story. I love to learn about people and I love to learn about cultures. And yes, I know the Hispanic culture because I've been married twice to Mexican men.
Hmm.
So yeah, I have some experiences there. Didn't make the great best choices, but I do have beautiful children from that experience. So I do take away wonderful positive experiences from that. But I do enjoy being able to speak your language so I can understand you more. But I also enjoy the culture, how you guys interact with people, how you are with people. Um, and it's I think it's really important for our audience to know, open your eyes, learn about different cultures. I know about many cultures, not just the Hispanic culture. And I think it's beautiful. I love the family values that everybody brings different. Um, to me, the American way is is nice. We have our ways. We enjoy. There's things positive, and then there's things that could improve. But you guys and all the other cultures that I've met,
Hmm.
just very family oriented and very welcoming. And the music is part of the culture.
Yes,
I
the
love it.
food and all
Yes,
that.
I mean
Yes.
music is part of all our culture too. But and I love that, and it brings back great memories. And yeah, the food. Oh,
But
amazing.
I think that we matched together so well. It was because of the fact that for me, the American culture was so new, and I really wanted to learn. Um, and I love it. I mean, I love it. I love being here. Reason why I become, like a citizen. Um, and I don't know. I honestly feel like home. And I know it's kind of like hard for me to share that, but that's truth. I have shared that many times. I feel like this is my home, and the culture and how people how they accept everyone who is willing to do the work.
Yes.
Because I think they
Do the work is a great point because
you
you've
have
learned our
to.
language, and that's difficult,
It's important.
especially as an adult. Because a
Yes.
lot, like for me to learn a language, I learned Spanish at a younger age, but a lot it's hard as an adult to learn different languages.
Yes, 100%. And I think this is important, especially for, for the Hispanic community, because, I'm Mexican. I was born and raised in Mexico. But something that is so important is to know for us to be able to succeed in any country, that we immigrate, we need to be able to adapt and to work hard, but at the same time, not lose our own selves. And I say this for my own personal experience, because me trying to not really fit in, because I don't know how to say it, in a different way, but it was for me to adapt, that I stopped speaking Spanish and trying to do everything in English, that I lost a lot of my own culture. And I actually was just reintroduced to my culture like a year ago. Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I mean, how many times I have told you you're more Mexican, than me. You cook better, you dance, what's going on with the new music, the new singers. You invite me to concerts of, I don't know, like singers that I don't even know, bands that I don't even know, that I'm not aware. But it was because I got myself locked in, that I needed to succeed, that I needed to learn the language, that I needed to integrate myself in this country, and that I lost a lot of my culture because I really wanted to, to be part of it. And
So, what would you tell our guests then? Because I think it is very important that
yes,
whatever your goal is, you try to achieve it, no matter what is in your way. But you don't want to lose yourself. So, how can we be better at that? If we're trying to achieve something, how do we make sure we don't lose who we are?
well, it's personal choice, right? I personally, I wouldn't be able to tell somebody, um, you can do either this or the other or both, because not everybody has the capacity to do that. I couldn't have kept both.
Okay,
I
that
personally,
makes sense.
for me, it was very important to adapt and to be part of this country so I can succeed. If I have done it in a different way, I don't think that I would be in the position that I am right now. But everybody, is different. I don't know. The only thing that I recognize in myself is I'm glad that I acknowledge the part of me losing my culture, and I was able to recover it back when I was aware of it.
Yes.
Um, I know that for some people, it would be good, to keep that balance, and that would be great. But honestly, I don't think that everybody has that um, capacity, because I was not able to do that
Right. That makes
until
sense.
now. until now that I feel more balanced, where I can easily integrate myself and with all, even with other cultures, without
And now
forgetting
look,
who I am.
you're doing a podcast, and I don't know if we're going to do any Spanish, but you're doing a podcast
Yes.
now and in English, and that is so impressive. And I'm sure everybody can understand your English. I know I can. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we're here to do this podcast to kind of share our knowledge about our experiences in life. So I love the fact that you're here and you're able to share this with everyone and in both languages. That's huge.
Yes.
But what we want to know too from our podcast listeners, what do you guys want to hear about? Like, we pretty much have lived through a lot of different things that we could probably give you some knowledge or experience on so you can prevent going down the same rabbit hole that we did. Um, when I met Ellie, I think I was single I wasn't single, I was dating someone at
Dating.
the time, and it was actually going to be my second husband. And there were a lot of red flags there, and I know she warned me in some of those.
Yes.
So, I mean, I would love to be able to warn you guys too. Right off the bat, if something doesn't feel right, if something is off, it's a red flag. Make sure you listen to your instincts. It's so important. And if something doesn't feel right, cut it. Cut it. Don't try to force it into that hole and make it work, because it's not going to. Because I ended up getting married to him, even though the red flags were there. But I stayed and endured years in a marriage that I was not happy with.
Well, before you go into that, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
Um,
And this is what I love about you, because she will tell me straight up direct and ask me any questions.
how important, like now that you have, being in your marriages and, get to know a little bit more about life. You did mention that I warned you,
Yes.
that I told you my input, from the very beginning. How or what do you think about the friends in your life? They give you that advice before even, we going through situations, because this can be at work. And it's not about just relationships, right? It can be at work, it can be
Yes.
with other friends, it can be with our kids, I mean, with neighbors, everybody, right? How important have been for you, like friends in your life, when it comes to the things that they tell you or the things that they
That's a
advise you?
great question. So I feel like it's very important to have good friends in your life, positive people that are living a lifestyle that is a positive lifestyle. You listen to them. But human nature, sometimes we kind of, yes, we'll listen, we'll take it in, and then we'll start processing. But sometimes we don't listen to what they do. But what's important to me on a friend is that a true friend will support you no matter what, whatever decision you make, good
Yeah.
or bad. Maybe they're not okay
Not
with
on board with that.
not on board with your choice, but they're going to be there. And they're going to be there to catch you when you fall.
Yes.
When you have fallen and something's gone wrong, guess who's going to listen to you? That person.
Yeah, your
If
friends.
they're not there, that's not your friend. And and be willing to take that advice. That's a true friendship too. Like, on the other hand, is your friend is going to tell you some advice, and you want those friends to tell you straight up. If somebody's not telling you straight up how they feel, then they're not a
They're not your
friend.
friend, for sure.
No.
And I wanted to just highlight that, because at the end of the day, we've been through two, separations with two very important relationships, right? Or marriages. And at the end of the day, we still have each other. I was there for you, you've been there for me. And it has been so important to not lose that.
Yes.
I know that going into a relationship is so important, because it's a person, it's just, that brings other part of you that you might need or you might want. But at the end of the day, I feel like a friendship is that is always there, helping you, supporting you, and even cheering you up, or flat out, call you out, things that you shouldn't be doing, is super important. I think the support system, of reason why, I have been able to survive in a country, right, in a different country, is for the support system. Because, as you know, I have no family here. I have literally nobody but the real support system, and you're part of that. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody who feels alone, or that feels that is different, or I don't know, outcasted, or they comes from another country, so any reason, um, they don't feel that they have to have a partner, that they don't have to have a family, as long as they have the right support system, either friends, neighbors, or coworkers,
That will be there with you in the bad and the good.
and the good.
Not just the good.
Yeah.
The friends that are there just in the good, and then something goes bad, they disappear. They're not your friend. They're not your friend.
Yep.
So that's very important, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's so true. So what else do we want to talk about? I mean, I think it's really about our audience and our listeners. What would you guys like to hear? Do you want to hear more about our lives? Do you want to hear more about dating? Oh my goodness. Dating scene is, the apps are ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Good luck if you're in it. But we would love to hear from you and love to know what you want to know. So I've been on, some dates, and the dating apps, not so fun. And I have some funny experiences, but it's hard out there for sure, being lonely and single. But it's not lonely, because you have to. Let's go back to the friendship.
The friendships.
It's so important to have your best friend near you, because when you do feel lonely, you just call them up and be like, "Hey, girl, can we hang out?" And we hang out and we talk. And that's kind of how this arose. Was we were just talking and talking and talking, and then we have other friends join us and talk and talk, and it's kind of
Just
like,
have fun.
wow.
Actually, like, you
And
don't
we've
really
talked to other
Yes.
friends about their experiences, and they've given us some great advice. So it's kind of like, this is how this arose, was because we were all talking, giving each other advice, and then we're like, why don't we make this a podcast? Because so we can share this with others, not just us, not keep it with us.
Yep.
So
100%.
definitely want to know what you guys want to hear about, what you want to discuss, and like what we can help you with. Maybe we're not experts, but we can walk through it and we can figure something out.
No.
She's really good at giving advice, for sure.
Thank you. But like we say, well, personally, I think we are in work in progress all the
Yes.
time. Sometimes we're teachers, sometimes we're students. So when you have that interaction, between friends and, now the audience, so they may not know things that we don't know, that we need to learn, that we would like, it will be helpful for us, to know. So, yeah, I'm happy.
Yes.
I'm happy to, to get to listen to them, for them to share comments and any experiences that they may have, of maybe any questions. Maybe I can help them with something. I don't know. Or maybe they
Right.
can help me with something. I don't know. So yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. So I think this is a wrap here, because what we really need is the feedback from you guys. What you want to hear. And we will have some other topics we bring in the future, for sure. So do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And of course, we have a wonderful motto to close this out.
Until next time, stay grounded, stay inspired, and don't forget to seek always wisdom.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Big fan boy, t'entends pas ou quoi? Écoute ça, papa.